Side-by-side machines have a wide range of uses on the farm. From fixing fence to scouting fields, a UTV can do it all. By adding accessories, you can make these workhorses even more versatile. You can also make them more fun. Today's episode, we are going to show you how to make your UTV into the ultimate hunting machine. But first, meet our UTV expert, Derrek Sigler.
I've been using ATVs and UTVs for decades, personally and professionally. I use them just about every day. We hunt on our own property. We have on our farmlands. We manage our property for deer, wildlife, using ATVs and UTVs for part of that, using them for not only the actual hunt itself, but the land management part of it, and the preparation, putting up tree stands, putting out blinds, maintaining everything. All of that is done with ATVs and UTVs.
Derrek added more than a dozen accessories to this Can Am Defender, some specifically for hunting, and others to improve the overall performance of the UTV. Here are the ones that he says are a must-have for hunters.
One of the first accessories I went with were Culpin Rhino grips. These mount anywhere on the machine, and what they do is they allow you to carry some of the cool tools that you use on a regular basis, and it's not just for hunting. You can use these for farming or whatever. And a lot of machines are coming with these as a standard feature now. And what they do is, like I said, they mount anywhere. I've got a Gerber axe on the front. I can put a shovel up here. I can put any other tool, pole saws, whatever, pruning shears, anything that I need to have carried and be secured. That's why I went with Culpin. When I started out with this machine, it was silver. It was a great looking machine, but silver really isn't a good hunting color. Mossy Oak makes a really cool package that you can buy that is an adhesive vinyl wrap. It's really thick stuff. It's kind of like a plastic wallpaper almost, and it's really thick, it's really durable, and it's easy to put on. So with this, completely covers the silver part of the machine with Mossy Oak bottomland and a nice matte finish. It's not only a good camo pattern, it's a good all-around camo pattern. You can use it for waterfowl, deer hunting, whatever. It just looks really good, and it's really durable. And putting it on, that's where it gets a little tricky. If you have the time, the kit comes as a roll of a 4-foot by 12-foot roll of camo adhesive. When you start to put it on, and it comes with a squeegee to do it yourself, but you have to kind of line up your parts and cut them as you go, and kind of and work slowly. And if you have the time to do it, it's a good project. Anybody can do it. Or you can do what I did, and I have a friend who does this professionally, and so he helped me with it to kind of custom tailor things and make it fit good and make it look really good. It's a $280 package, and I was kind of nervous about messing that up because that's a lot of money for anybody. But as you can see, it turned out great. Now, one of the things, you'll see a lot of people that want the full windshield, and I specifically, for a hunting machine, like a half windshield. And there's a specific reason for that, and that's frost and snow and stuff and mud, anything getting on the windshield. Because I'm going to go back into places that are not always the easiest to get in and out of. When I'm coming out, I'm going to be going in the dark and coming out in the dark. I want to be able to see. So this does a good job of deflecting the wind and keeping me somewhat warm. It's not going to be as warm as a full windshield, but it keeps enough of the wind out. It deflects it pretty good, but it also gives me this full range of vision up here, which is really vital. Some of the other products I added, Can Am makes a gun scabbard, a double gun scabbard that mounts in the back. It mounts high though, and it's soft, meaning that it's not going to rattle. It's not going to make any noise whatsoever. I can carry 2 rifles, so if it's myself or a passenger, and it has pockets for gear too, so that you can throw your like calls, flashlights, whatever. You can throw that stuff in there and have easy access to it when you get out of the machine. Everything's protected, but it doesn't rattle. And again, sound is a big thing. So I also added a cargo rack from Hornet, which was actually a product that's designed specifically for another brand. But the way I wanted to mount the cargo rack to still have access to the gun scabbard, the only one that would work was the Hornet Rack, and it worked out really well because it also carries my Plano field locker bow case. It gives me room to put things. I have a Plano sportsman's locker for other gear like my tree stand harness and other things like I have a case that I carry trail cameras in. It gives me space to carry all of that stuff safely and securely. Next to it, I've got mounted a Culpin chainsaw press. So A chainsaw press, you kind of think, oh, hunting, why do you need a chainsaw? I can tell you I've used a chainsaw when I'm hunting more often than I've used other stuff. Because let's say, for example, you're going back into a spot to set up. If there's a tree down across your trail, chainsaw, it's gone. Chainsaw on a winch, it's gone. You're putting up a tree stand. You got to clear branches off the tree to get your stand up and clear out your path or clear your shooting lanes.
Accessories like these LED lights and the front and rear bumpers will come in handy for hunting as well as general UTV use.
We have a Dragonfire front bumper that is a Can Am accessory, but it's an aftermarket accessory that just happens to be marketed through Can Am. And what it gives you added protection to the front, which is important if you're going through a lot of brush, which is something I do when I'm going hunting. There's a couple of places where especially when you're putting in a new tree stand, you're going to get into some stuff that you need a little extra protection. And it gives it a good spot to protect the winch. And it also gave me a good spot to mount a Cyclops LED light bar, because as a hunter, there's never enough light, especially if you're packing out a deer. If you had a successful deer hunt and so the sun's gone down and you're trying to get your deer loaded up, added light helps. We also added an extended rear bumper that has a step on it. Again, if you're loading a deer or if you're trying to get your stuff out of the back, it gives you that extra platform to kind of boost you up, and also added protection. If you're backing up and you bump into a tree, you're not going to hit your plastic bed and destroy it. You're going to hit a steel bumper.
To deck out this hunting UTV, we added about $1,500 worth of accessories. But you don't have to spend that much to make your UTV a better hunting machine.
So the whole package worked together pretty good, but one of the most important things you can do, and one of the first things that anybody's going to do when they're modifying or customizing a UTV, is tires. The folks at Midwest Traction were very helpful in helping me pick out a tire, because there's so many tires. We have Sedona Ripsaw tires. These have incredibly deep lugs, so they're good in mud, they're good in snow, they're angled, so you're getting that traction in hard pack. The tires are sight, which is these little lines. If you look in the tread, you see these little lines. That's called siping. What that's good for is ice conditions, slippery conditions, mud, slippery rocks. That gives you a ton of extra traction there, which is something you don't get on a lot of UTV tires. So that's what makes these tires the perfect ones for this project. Bumpers are good because it gives you the added protection. There's a lot of different options for bumpers. These from Dragonfire are nice. They're kind of a sleek fitting but very protective bumper. And they run right around $250 a piece, which isn't bad. You can get way more extensive. You can get ones that basically add a roll cage to the front of the machine, but you're looking at $600–700 for that. The gun scabbards, there are a lot of different gun scabbards. This is actually one of the more economical ones, being a soft one. It runs a little over $100. You can get hard ones. Kolpin makes several that are really nice that are hard plastic boots that mount in different places. Those can run up to $300–400 a piece depending on how you mount it. For this particular project, I went with a soft and it works really well. The Hornet Rack, again, if you want to do like I did and go your own route and make one, the Hornet Racks are $150 average, but then materials for mounting it yourself like I did, I think I've maybe got $2 or $3 in steel and extra things to make the brackets.
We'd like to say a special thank you to Can Am, Midwest Traction, Kolpin, and Mossy Oak for the equipment and accessories. To learn more, go to agriculture.com/TV.
Hi, I'm Dave Mowitz. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, hit subscribe right here if you haven't already, and click that little bell right here to be notified when we post a new video. And click here to see more great videos.